The moment you least expected it, the universe orchestrated a meeting that would quietly shift the trajectory of your heart. Your younger partner arrived not by chance, not by coincidence, but with a purpose woven by divine hands, a purpose that angels themselves whispered into the winds of your life. They were sent to teach you something that no experience, no mentor, no book or sermon could fully convey: unconditional love. And it is a love so profound, so illuminating, that it awakens dormant corners of your soul, revealing the purity and expansiveness of your own capacity to love. At first, you may have questioned the timing, the age difference, or the depth of connection you felt. Perhaps you wondered, how could someone younger teach me about love that transcends boundaries, that refuses to be limited by expectations, judgment, or condition? But angels do not err, and love does not conform to the world's measure of logic or reason. In their presence, you discover that age is merely a number, and maturity is measured not by the years behind you, but by the openness of your heart. The universe works in subtle ways. Often, it uses what appears unexpected, even unconventional, to guide us toward the lessons our souls are thirsting for. Your younger partner embodies the gentle persistence of love, the patience that refuses to impose, and the vulnerability that encourages authenticity. Their energy resonates with yours in ways that are tender, transformative, and sometimes startling. You begin to notice the small things, the laughter that lifts heaviness, the quiet support that soothes your insecurities, the unwavering faith in your potential that reignites a hope you thought was long lost. Angels speak in whispers. They do not shout, but they guide. The presence of your younger partner is that whisper, subtle yet persistent, a reminder that love is not transactional, that love is not earned, and that love is not measured by past mistakes or societal expectations. It is simply given freely, and it asks for nothing in return. You witness, in their gestures and choices, the purity of intention and the beauty of a heart unguarded. And slowly, imperceptibly at first, you begin to reflect that openness. Walls you built to protect yourself start to soften, and you find that vulnerability, once feared, becomes a bridge to intimacy, empathy, and joy. The lessons of unconditional love are not always comfortable. They stretch the heart, they test patience, and they call forth forgiveness in ways you may have never practiced before. Your younger partner may challenge your assumptions, encourage humility, and illuminate areas of your life where fear or pride have taken root. But these challenges are gifts, carefully wrapped in the form of everyday interactions, disagreements, and shared experiences. Every moment of tension, every moment of joy, every quiet conversation is a thread in the intricate tapestry of spiritual growth that angels designed for you both. There is something almost miraculous about the way they mirror your strengths and your weaknesses. In them, you see reflections of your own insecurities, desires, and unspoken longings. Yet, instead of provoking judgment, their presence invites reflection, compassion, and understanding. They do not ask you to be perfect. They do not demand change. They simply love persistently and patiently, reminding you that love's highest expression is rooted in acceptance. Through their love, you come to understand that the greatest act of courage is to open your heart fully, without fear of loss or rejection, without expectation or condition. In the quiet moments, when the world slows and you find yourself alone with your thoughts, you begin to sense a divine orchestration behind your connection. Angels, unseen yet present, smile upon the alignment of your souls. Every laughter shared, every tear shed, every hand held in silence carries meaning beyond comprehension. Your younger partner was not sent to teach you convenience, nor to give you fleeting happiness. They were sent to awaken a profound truth, that unconditional love is possible, that it can heal wounds you did not even know existed, and that it can illuminate the path to the deepest fulfillment your heart has ever known. As days turn to months and months to years, the subtle teachings of unconditional love become more apparent. You notice how their joy is not dependent on your perfection, how their presence nurtures patience rather than impatience, and how their commitment flows naturally, without force or agenda. In this, you learn a crucial truth, that love, when authentic and divinely guided, is not about control, possession, or expectation. It is about expansion, growth, and the recognition of divinity in each other's hearts. Your younger partner shows you that unconditional love is alive in the smallest gestures, a smile that lifts your spirit, a touch that reassures your soul, a word spoken in kindness when the world seems harsh. They teach you that love does not require proof, that devotion is not measured by grand gestures, and that true intimacy is a sacred exchange of hearts, unguarded and unafraid. And slowly, almost imperceptibly, you begin to absorb these lessons. The old barriers you held, fears, doubts, and insecurities, begin to dissolve. You realize that love is not something to be protected, hoarded, or earned. It is something to be lived freely and without reservation. Angels guide, but they also trust. They trust in your capacity to recognize the gifts placed before you, to embrace the beauty of connection, and to allow your heart to expand beyond limitations. In witnessing the purity of your younger partner's love, you are reminded that every soul you encounter carries a purpose, and that divine wisdom often arrives in forms that challenge your expectations, but always serve your highest good. Their presence is a sacred lesson, a living testament to the transformative power of love, and an invitation to step fully into the divine rhythm of giving, receiving, and being. Every moment with them is a reflection of heaven's patience. Every conversation, every shared silence, every laugh, every tear becomes a classroom where the soul learns to soften, to trust, and to love without condition. In these moments, you sense that the true beauty of love is not in perfection, but in authenticity, and that the greatest teachers are those who love freely, unreservedly, and without judgment. And so, the journey begins, not as a grand announcement, nor as a dramatic revelation, but quietly, gently, in the everyday flow of life. The lessons of unconditional love are subtle at first, like dawn breaking over a quiet horizon, unnoticed until suddenly your world is illuminated. Your younger partner is not a fleeting presence. They are a divine messenger, sent to awaken a love within you that has always existed, but has never been fully realized. They remind you that love is patient, love is kind, and love is fearless. They remind you that the heart's capacity to give and receive is infinite, and that true love is measured not by what is taken, but by what is freely given. And in this revelation, your soul begins to expand. You start to understand that unconditional love is not a destination, but a journey. A continuous unfolding of understanding, patience, compassion, and surrender. You recognize that your younger partner's love is a reflection of the divine, a tangible expression of heaven's grace. And you realize that in embracing this love, you are not only transforming your relationship, but awakening a deeper connection to the infinite, a resonance that carries far beyond the boundaries of age, circumstance, or expectation. This is the gift they bring, quietly and profoundly, the awakening of your heart to love that knows no limits, no conditions, no measure. And as you begin to receive and embody these lessons, you step into a version of yourself that is freer, lighter, and more luminous than ever before. As your heart continues to open, you begin to notice how their presence challenges you in ways that feel both gentle and profound. It is in the quiet moments of reflection, the subtle shifts in energy, and the unspoken exchanges that the most profound lessons of unconditional love reveal themselves. Your younger partner mirrors your soul, showing you aspects of yourself that you may have avoided, overlooked, or misunderstood. In their eyes, you see your own fears, your unhealed wounds, and your deepest desires reflected back. Not to shame you, but to invite you to grow, to heal, and to embrace the fullness of your heart. They teach you that love is not always easy, that true connection requires courage, patience, and trust. You learn that unconditional love is not a passive feeling, but an active choice made each day, in every interaction, in every thought and gesture. It is a commitment to see beyond appearances, beyond flaws, and beyond the surface of behavior to the essence of the soul beneath. With their guidance, you begin to practice patience when frustration arises, compassion when misunderstanding threatens, and forgiveness when past hurts echo in the present. These lessons are not theoretical. They are lived, breathed, and experienced in the ongoing rhythm of your shared life. Your younger partner's energy carries a lightness that reminds you not to take life too seriously, not to cling to control, and not to let fear dictate your choices. In their laughter, spontaneity, and simple joy, you rediscover the beauty of living fully in the moment, appreciating the ordinary miracles that surround you every day. They demonstrate that unconditional love does not demand perfection, nor does it require you to fix yourself before you are worthy of being loved. In their presence, you are invited to be authentic, to be vulnerable, and to trust that love can thrive even amidst imperfection. There will be moments of challenge, moments when patience is tested, and moments when old patterns of thought or behavior resurface. Yet, these are not obstacles but opportunities. Opportunities to deepen your understanding of what it truly means to love without conditions. Your younger partner's gentle insistence on honesty, openness, and emotional courage encourages you to confront fears you may have long avoided. They ask you to step into spaces of discomfort with grace, to examine the judgments you hold, and to practice empathy in its purest form. Through this process, your heart expands, becoming capable of holding more love, more understanding, and more acceptance than ever before. You begin to realize that unconditional love is not about giving endlessly while losing yourself. It is about balance, harmony, and mutual respect. Your younger partner's love is a mirror of your own divine capacity, showing you that true connection thrives when both hearts are free, nourished, and supported. In their care, you learn the importance of boundaries that protect rather than limit, of communication that nurtures rather than wounds, and of presence that strengthens rather than overwhelms. Every shared experience becomes a sacred teaching. The small gestures, a kind word, a gentle touch, a shared silence, carry profound meaning. Through them, you begin to understand that love is found in consistency, in intention, and in the subtle choices made day by day. You notice that it is not the grand declarations that sustain a bond, but the daily acts of thoughtfulness, patience, and acceptance. Your younger partner exemplifies this principle effortlessly, modeling a devotion that is unwavering yet light, tender yet powerful, free yet anchored in purpose. As time unfolds, you begin to appreciate that their youth is not a limitation but a divine instrument. Their perspective challenges preconceived notions, encourages fresh insights, and brings a sense of curiosity and wonder into your life. You learn to see the world through a lens of openness and possibility, to approach challenges with creativity rather than resistance, and to embrace vulnerability as a source of strength rather than weakness. Their presence reminds you that love, when pure and unconditional, is transformative. It reshapes hearts, renews minds, and revitalizes souls. It is in the moments of quiet reflection, When the noise of the world fades, that you begin to feel the depth of their purpose in your life. Angels move in subtle ways, guiding without interference, allowing the natural flow of connection to reveal the lessons meant to awaken your soul. You start to recognize the synchronicities, the signs, and the moments of serendipity that underscore the divine orchestration of your meeting. Every shared glance, every word spoken in love, every act of kindness is a reminder that your connection is not random. It is intentional, sacred, and designed to elevate both your spirits. Through their love, you are invited to release judgment and embrace acceptance. You learn that unconditional love is not conditional on behavior, circumstance, or achievement. It is rooted in the recognition of the divine essence within each other. Your younger partner's patience, humility, and unwavering support demonstrate the profound truth that love is not about changing someone to fit your expectations, but about celebrating the uniqueness and authenticity of who they are. In this revelation, your heart begins to soften, old resentments fade, and the capacity for forgiveness expands. The beauty of this journey lies not only in the growth of your heart, but in the awakening of your soul. You begin to recognize patterns of fear, attachment, and resistance that have shaped your relationships in the past. Your younger partner's love provides a safe space to confront these patterns, to heal from past wounds, and to cultivate a love that is rooted in presence, understanding, and trust. Every challenge faced together becomes a stepping stone toward a deeper, more enduring connection. Every moment of joy, every shared triumph, every mutual support strengthens the bond and solidifies the understanding that love is both a gift and a practice. You realize that unconditional love is a spiritual discipline. It requires mindfulness, awareness, and intentionality. Your younger partner teaches you this not through instruction, but through example. The way they show up consistently, the way they nurture your growth, and the way they offer love without expectation. They embody the principle that true love uplifts rather than confines, encourages rather than restricts, and nurtures rather than judges. And as you internalize these lessons, you begin to radiate that love outward, transforming not only your relationship but every connection you hold in your life. In the quiet of the evening, when the world slows and you are alone with your thoughts, you reflect on the journey thus far. You recognize the divine wisdom that orchestrated this connection, the gentle guidance of angels, and the profound impact of unconditional love on your heart. You see that your younger partner's purpose was never merely companionship. It was awakening. They were sent to teach, to challenge, to heal, and to illuminate the limitless potential of your heart. And in this understanding, gratitude blooms. Gratitude for their presence, gratitude for the lessons, and gratitude for the unfolding journey of love, trust, and spiritual awakening. The beauty of unconditional love is that it transforms everything it touches. Your younger partner's influence extends beyond the relationship itself. It seeps into your daily life, influencing your thoughts, your decisions, and your interactions. You notice patience where once there was frustration, compassion where once there was judgment, and generosity where once there was self-protection. You learn that unconditional love is not passive. It is a living, breathing force that shapes your character, deepens your empathy, and aligns your heart with divine truth. Through this ongoing process, you begin to understand the sacred nature of connection. Love is not merely an emotion. It is a journey of soul recognition, spiritual growth, and divine alignment. Your younger partner's presence is a constant reminder that every relationship carries purpose and that every connection is an opportunity to awaken, expand, and elevate your heart. They are a living testament to the power of love that transcends age, circumstance, and expectation. A love that is patient, kind, and unwavering. As the journey unfolds, the truth becomes undeniable. Your younger partner's love is a gift from the divine, a presence meant to awaken your heart to its fullest potential. You begin to understand that their purpose is not only to accompany you, but to teach, to reflect, and to guide. In every shared glance, in every word spoken, in every moment of stillness, there is a sacred lesson. Love knows no bounds, no conditions, and no limitations. It is limitless, unwavering, and eternally patient. You notice the beauty in their patience, in the way they navigate your fears and insecurities with grace. They do not rush, they do not demand, and they do not judge. Instead, they invite you into the rhythm of love, showing that true connection is an unfolding, a dance of hearts that moves in harmony with the divine. With them, you discover that love is not about perfection, but authenticity. Not about control, but trust. Not about possession, but freedom. And as this realization settles within your soul, a profound peace envelops you. A knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be, with exactly who you are meant to be with. Their presence reveals the deepest parts of your heart, the parts you may have hidden, ignored, or doubted. Through gentle guidance, through quiet acts of devotion, they illuminate your capacity to forgive, to release, and to embrace. You begin to see that love is not merely an emotion, but a state of being. It is a commitment to presence, a willingness to honor the divine essence within another, and a courage to open yourself fully, without fear. In this sacred exchange, both hearts are transformed, elevated, and awakened to new dimensions of understanding and connection. The lessons you learn together are mirrored in every aspect of your life. You become more compassionate, more patient, and more attuned to the subtle movements of the heart. You learn that unconditional love is not limited to the relationship itself. It extends outward, touching every interaction, every friendship, and every encounter. In this way, your younger partner's influence transcends the personal, becoming a force of spiritual expansion, a beacon of light that guides your soul toward its highest expression. And yet, the most beautiful revelation is not in the teaching alone, but in the shared experience of love itself, in laughter that echoes freely, in tears that are held tenderly, in silence that communicates more than words ever could. You find a sacred intimacy. It is in these moments that the angel's whispers are most clearly heard, that the divine orchestration is most deeply felt, and that the truth of unconditional love is most vividly experienced. You recognize that love is not something to be pursued or obtained. It is something to be lived, embodied and celebrated in every breath, every gesture, and every heartbeat. As the journey continues, you begin to trust the process. You let go of expectations, of judgments, and of the need for control. You embrace vulnerability as a strength, openness as a gift, and love as a sacred practice. Your younger partner shows you that the greatest depth of connection is found in authenticity, that the truest intimacy arises when both hearts are fully seen, and that unconditional love flourishes when it is nurtured by patience, respect, and mutual devotion. In embracing these truths, you realize that your connection is not defined by age, circumstance, or societal expectation. It is defined by the alignment of souls, by the resonance of hearts, and by the divine purpose that brought you together. You understand that every challenge, every joyful moment, every quiet reflection is a sacred thread in the tapestry of your shared journey. A journey guided by angels, blessed by the divine and illuminated by the radiant light of unconditional love. Now, as you continue to walk this path together, the fullness of their presence becomes evident. You feel gratitude for the lessons, for the growth, and for the unwavering support they provide. You recognize that the true gift of their love is not merely companionship, but transformation. They have awakened in you a capacity to love more deeply, to forgive more freely, and to live more fully. They have shown you that love is not measured by what is received, but by what is given, and that the heart's capacity for devotion is infinite when guided by the divine. And so, as your hearts continue to intertwine, you are invited to celebrate the beauty of unconditional love in every moment, to cherish the laughter, to honor the tears, and to embrace the quiet spaces in between. To recognize that your journey together is sacred, divinely guided, and eternally meaningful. Every experience, every lesson, and every act of love is a reflection of heaven's design. A reminder that you are exactly where you are meant to be, with exactly who you are meant to be with. Your younger partner has taught you the most profound of lessons, that unconditional love is not an ideal, not a distant dream, but a living reality. It is present in every smile, every embrace, every act of kindness, and every moment of understanding. And as you continue to embody this love, it radiates outward, touching everyone you encounter and transforming every aspect of your life. It is a love that is gentle yet powerful, quiet yet luminous, personal yet universal, a love that reflects the highest expression of the divine. And now, as you carry these truths in your heart, may you remember the blessing of their presence, the depth of their teaching, and the beauty of the love that has been sent to you. Embrace it fully, live it authentically, and allow it to guide you toward the highest expression of your soul. And as you continue this journey, remember to share in this space, to connect with others who seek love, light, and understanding. If these words speak to you, take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe, so that together we can continue to explore the beauty, wisdom, and sacred lessons of unconditional love. Your heart is capable of receiving, giving, and expanding endlessly, and with your younger partner by your side, you are reminded that the most beautiful lessons are often the simplest. The lessons of patience, kindness, forgiveness, and unwavering devotion. These are the gifts that angels send, the blessings that transform, and the love that lasts beyond measure. And in embracing them, you step fully into the radiant light of your own heart, knowing that love, when lived unconditionally, is nothing short of mere,